At Yosemite, several of the campgrounds have already been closed down. We're seeing that across the park system, visitor centers being shut down, trails being shut down because there's just not enough staff currently in the parks to maintain those facilities and fulfill their obligation under the 1916 Organic Act.
That's the former director of the National Park Service who served under the Biden administration. Now, he's talking about the impacts at national parks after close to 1,000 permanent staff were fired as part of the federal government's stated goal to cut wasteful spending. I recently sat down with the former director for our show Straight Talk, and I asked him what he thought when he heard that the cuts were including the National Park Service. Here's what he had to say.
It was a little shocking. You know, over the last, over a decade now, national parks have seen a 20% increase in visitors into the parks, American citizens along with our international guests. This year alone, we saw, over 360 million visitors in 2024, a significant increase over 2023's numbers. And when you have that many people coming to the park, it's important that you staff the park correctly to ensure that you have enough folks to meet that demand. Over that same time period, National Park Service saw between a 16 to as much as a 20% reduction in their workforce. And so if you're not seeing and having enough people on the ground, you're going to start losing some of the capacity to maintain materials.
We covered a lot more in our interview, including asking him if there were ways that the Park Service could be more efficient or areas that could cut spending. We'll also talk about some changes that visitors could see when it comes to a recent executive order that was just signed last week. To watch the full interview, you can go to our website at kgw.com or watch on our free TV app, KGW Plus.